Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. It says World War III has already begun, Russia. It's RT.com. So the notion or the idea of a third world war is not something that we invented. All right, we didn't invent the nuclear missiles. All right, now they're referring to cyberspace. So the war is beginning in cyberspace, according to the article. All right, it says, and we teach in the scriptures, or Romans the 9th chapter. It tells you about the woe. So a third world war is going to take place. All right. Again, it's not something that we created or manufactured. It's in the scriptures, and the nations that are actually going to wage these wars know about it. They know that a conflict is going to happen. All right. And according to this article, they're referring to the World War III taking place already in cyberspace. Then that's going to eventually permeate into, a physical conflict. It says a new global conflict is already breaking out in cyberspace. A top Russian defense official has claimed, adding that Moscow hopes to work with the U.S. to reduce the risk stemming from the back and forth digital skirmishing. All right. Now they're saying Russia's attacking the U.S. companies and all that, and I know the U.S. is attacking other companies too. I mean, it's just it would be in their best interest to do so anyway. If you keep getting molested or harassed by another country, you're going to do the same thing back. And as powerful as the American military is and technology is, it is foolish to think that the U.S. does not engage in cyber attacks. It's just ridiculous. It's a part of their national security. They don't admit it, but yeah, I believe they do. If Russia's doing it and other these countries are doing it, they have the capability. I believe that the America is doing it just as much, or if not more. All right. So, a war is taking place very intensely. He warned in his address at Moscow State Institute of International Relations, as much as we act like this is all hidden. In fact, full-scale hostilities are happening in cyberspace, and in general, the media are correct to say this is already a third world war. We just don't know the extent of the damage, or who will lose in the end, or what the world's configuration will be as a result of the war. Well, yeah, I can say they're starting, in cyberspace. Whatever they're doing, they shut down companies trying to steal information. So the extent of the damage. Well, because they're not going to, both sides or all sides are not going to tell you exactly what they're doing. They're not going to admit that they're doing anything. So it's hidden hostilities happening correct way. We just don't know the extent of the damage. Yeah, because they're not going to admit what they're doing over the internet, trying to, steal each other's information and shut certain systems and companies down so they can get the advantage. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. All right. So a third world war it's going to happen, and they know it. Both sides, all the superpowers know it. That's the major conflict is going to take place. All right. This is U.S. deploys F-15 fighters close to the Russian borders. This thing going on with the Ukraine or something like that. It says Romania. It says Washington has sent fighter jets to Romania to patrol the skies near Russia's border as part of NATO's mission designed to deter Moscow in the Black Sea region and around Ukraine. All right, and remember, NATO was formed to fight I believe the Germans, if I'm not mistaken, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I forget exactly what the reason for the formation of NATO. Or it was designed to combat future threats, like Germany. You can just look it up why it was formed. But it's America, which is the whore, Babylon, New Babylon, and different European powers. And they came together to form a military union, all right, to fight against everybody that does not follow their ideas and their democracy, their wisdom. So Russia's on the other end of that, and you have other countries in Eastern Europe that are against NATO, or they neutral, but they're really with Russia. All right. So again, it's heating up over there in the east. All right, in the far east. All right. And the jets are used to deploy missiles, payloads. All right. Now, scriptures I have is Revelation 9. Yeah, Revelation 9. So we're going down. It describes the how damaging World War I was, and people still lived even though they had like pretty much like life-threatening wounds. So let's go to down to the bottom. One woe is past, and behold, there come two more woes thereafter. All right, so woe means destruction, exclamation of grief. I mean, calling down evil. All right, so that was World War One. So that everything above there, 9 and 10, 9/11 describes World War One. All right, and below it, World War Three. All right, it says one woe is past, and behold, there come two more woes thereafter. All right, so John starts going into World War Three in 9:13. All right, we're gonna jump down 9:18, and by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. All right, that's the nuclear fire. All right, for their power is in their mouth, in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and their heads, and with them they do hurt, which is the nuclear warheads. All right, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols and silver and brass and stone of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. All right, so even when the Edomites are destroyed, they're still not going to repent. Even when the nations are destroyed and their economies and their infrastructure is burnt and hit and is non-functional, they're still not going to repent. Neither repented they for their murderers, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, nor their thefts. All right. Let me look up Abaddon. That's the Hebrew word. Abadwan, which means destruction, a place of destruction. All right. The infernal region. This is referring to destruction on earth. It's not talking about hell, a place where you go and burn forever. All right. The hell is referring to the destruction, the nuclear destruction, the Third World War. That's hell. All right. And then furthermore, Esau servant slavery. All right. That's hell. All right. This is Job 5 and 18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. But in 7th and in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. All right. And in famine he shall redeem thee from the death, and in war from the power of the sword. All right. So in this 7th, it tells you here in Revelation 10. It's like Revelation 10. It says, but in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the power shall be finished, as he hath declared to his servants, the prophets. All right, so the seventh seal. No, he was going to touch the Lord's elect. And it's going to be finished. Everything's going to be, all the prophecies are going to have taken place about the destruction and the end of the Edomites' age. All right. Okay, this is the end of Edomites' age. When the seventh seal is loose, that's when everything's going to be finished. All right. Esau's age is going to be ending, and the beginning of Jacob's it's going to begin. All right. All right, this is Psalms 91. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. This is the nuclear fire. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So the Lord's elect are not going to be touched by that second death. All right, pestilence here means destruction. All right, that was all my precepts. All right, the third woe cometh quickly. One woe is past, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so hope you edified. Shalom to the next lesson.